don't march and protest because we like to march and protest. All we want to do is be free.
Shaun
From New York, Shaun King. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This morning I need us to have a tough conversation about Facebook. I use Facebook. I've been on Facebook for nearly 15 years. I use it for my business. I use it for many of the organizations that I manage. I also use Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, and many of our listeners follow me there. It's probably my most engaged audience. I also use WhatsApp, which is owned by Facebook. Yesterday, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder and CEO of Facebook, testified before Congress and was grilled on at least two different things that have me deeply concerned for our listeners, for our families, for our election, and really even for the future of this country. As you already know, it's campaign season, not just for the Democratic primaries, but for the presidential election, but also across the country. Thousands of elections are going down for congressional races, for Senate seats, for state Senate seats, for governorships, and everything in between. And one of the main ways candidates and campaigns are reaching voters is through Facebook. Not millions, but billions of people across the world use Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Billions, more than any other single company in the world. And campaigns, from the presidential campaigns on down, they use Facebook to sway voters. I've used it. And as you may recall, in the 2016 election, the Mueller report determined that Russia and other countries had widespread election interference, and that one of the main ways foreign governments influenced our elections was on Facebook, through Facebook ads primarily, but also through Facebook groups and fake pages, even fake Facebook events. And guess who their number one target was? Not Trump voters, not conservatives, not white liberals. Their number one target was black voters.
Really?
For two reasons. First and foremost, they knew that if they could sway just a tiny percentage of us, that Democrats just wouldn't win, period. Democrats can't win anything without us. Secondly, they knew that we are particularly vulnerable to BS online. I hate to say it, but over and over again, we fall for foolishness on Facebook and other social media outlets day in and day out, and foreign governments use social media to spread BS to us nonstop, and they particularly exploited Facebook to do that. Well, you'd think that Facebook will be putting in place new measures not only to protect us, but to protect our elections. Instead, they're doing the exact opposite. We just learned last month that it is now the official Facebook policy to allow political campaigns to post knowingly false advertisements. They can be completely false, nothing but lies. A campaign is allowed to pour millions of dollars into ads that lie about other campaigns and candidates, lie about their own race, and deliberately mislead voters. And when they are pressed, when Facebook is pressed on why in the world they are allowing political campaigns to post knowingly, completely false advertisements, they keep saying that it's for free speech. And last week, Mark Zuckerberg had the nerve, the gall, to say that Dr. King loved free speech and that they were doing this because Dr. King loved free speech, which forced his daughter, Bernice, to come out and say that it was actually the very environment that Facebook is now allowing that led to her father being murdered. She said it was the environment where lies and propaganda about Dr. King were allowed to spread that caused so much of the hate against him to rise up. And she blasted Facebook for daring to suggest that Dr. King would basically love Facebook allowing knowingly false ads because he loved free speech is foolishness. Let me be clear. This is a money grab. It's not about free speech. Facebook makes its money off of ads, and they don't want anything to interfere with their bottom line. It's all about money, and it's going to jam us up. These ads are going to be used to negatively target black voters with lies and garbage. And yesterday, Congresswomen like Maxine Waters and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez grilled Mark Zuckerberg on this, and the man had nothing at all of substance to say. He looked like a fool. I'll close with this. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez also grilled Mark Zuckerberg on something that has me deeply concerned. She asked him about the fact that it's been reported that he's been having dinners and meetings with ultra-conservatives and white supremacists, and has now even allowed a white supremacist media organization, the Daily Caller, to be one of their fact-checkers on Facebook, which is astounding. And the man had absolutely nothing to say in defense. He didn't even deny it a little bit. We're going to have to put more pressure on this company to do right by us, because right now, Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook is not doing anything at all to protect us in light of the upcoming campaigns. And I can already see how Facebook is going to be used in the worst ways to target us. I got to run. I'm going to keep covering this. I'm going to try to think of some action steps that we can all take together to try to hold Facebook responsible.
Well,
Take care, everybody.
How do you respond to him saying it's freedom of speech?
Well, I think Bernice was right. It's like,
absolutely.
This is something that even it concerned me right away, because that's something that conservatives have done forever, to try to use Dr. King's legacy or words to defend their worst policies. So to see him do it, like, I think in a way, many of us assumed that he wasn't conservative, but we don't know this man. And to see him now using Dr. King's words to defend one of their worst policies that's causing us harm. That's why Bernice was so frustrated by it. It's preposterous.
And even as you mentioned, with using the Daily Caller as a fact checker, that is just so beyond the pale.
Listen, the Daily Caller has targeted me specifically for years on end, has spread knowingly false lies about me, and that organization is being used as a fact checker is baffling. And he tried to deflect from it. Like, they are literally being used as one of the official fact checkers. And there are no black media organizations doing that. And
Shaun, the other thing
crazy.
is he was there to talk about his currency, the Libra currency. Right. And the thing that got me was he has such, it's almost Trump-like, the hubris that he, lack of thereof, that it's he's so ill-prepared. He is, and all of these questions that these women like Ayanna Pressley and Congressman Maxine Waters and AOC are pressing him on, he has no answers. And it's like, why are you even there, so ill-prepared for this?
I thought the same thing, Sybil, over and over again. There's also this congresswoman from California, Katie Porter.
Yes.
They would sometimes ask him just basic questions.
Well, how come no one has asked for or called for a boycott of Facebook?
Well, some people are. Color of Change and other organizations. Some people have tried to leverage that.
They're too big to boycott?
Facebook has changed some policies in the past under pressure. And
but it has to be an ongoing pressure. It's like you make one step forward, and yet they push us 2 steps back.
That's where we are right now. I mean, so Tom said, well, I definitely think we're not doing enough to fight back against them. We can all try to put our heads together and think through how we can put some real pressure on them for sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, take care, y'all.
You too. Right. Safe travels.
Yeah. That would be Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Did I miss anything?
How will we ever communicate?
Yeah, if you boycott.
With all of that.
Are they too big to boycott?